Hello, everyone. How are you today? I have a special guest that I want to introduce to my audience because this person, I met them in a 30-day live challenge. They were one of my team members. And because of that, um, I wanted to share some of the beautiful things this person is doing. I'm trying to see if they're on live yet. I'm going to give them like a second or two. Oh, I see you. Uh, Let me see how you do this. I haven't done it in a while. Okay, let me add you in. And I'm going to introduce you. Add. It's going to take just a minute for it to pop up. It's adding you now.
Aha! We did it!
Woo! Yes, my lovely friend.
Let me go ahead and
She
draw
has a
you back.
unique name, y'all. Her name is Rolga Yoga. Who's gonna forget that? No one. Okay. And I met this lovely person in this 30-day live challenge, and we had like little mini teams, and within our team we had like 10 people. And so we've kept in contact because I really love things that she's putting out in the universe.
Back at
She's
you.
a wonderful human being. She's helped me on some social media questions that we have because I think nobody is like perfect. Nobody's an expert. We learn from each other. And so she has blessed me in so many areas. And she has all kind of little things that she does to support people. So I just love you to death. And I'm so glad that we connected.
I agree. I agree. I'm so grateful I was a part of that team and met you and got to see and be inspired by everything that you put out and every day. I'm so grateful to have met you. It's
Oh, thank you.
wonderful. Thank
That's
you
so
so much. You've
mm,
inspired so much self-observation and knowledge and sharing and being a teacher by nature. It's very much very contagious. It's beautiful. Thank you very much. Yes.
so
Can you
let's
hear me
share.
okay?
I
Everything
can
okay?
I can hear you perfectly, but I want you to tell the audience a little bit about yourself, and then what are the benefits of yoga and meditation.
You got it. You got it. So, as you already heard, my name is Rolga, and I'm also known as Yoga Rolga. So it rhymes very nicely. So, yoga came into my life pretty early, first of all, through meditation. So, really, it's a lot about mindset for me. And then came the physical practice of yoga, and that's what most of us come to and get to know first knowledge of yoga. So I'm happy that meditation was the first thing because it really showed me the power of the mind. We can do the practice all we want, we can do all the exercises, but if we don't receive it here, it won't translate in our body, I believe. At least that's what I found. So the benefits of, hello, I see some friends here, Saprem. Thank you so much for being here, Angel. And yeah, so the meditation alone, let me just start with that, um, brings awareness. For myself, I have very specific history and proof, if you will, in my own lifetime that meditation and mind power is a very physical, able thing. We have so much power here to change our body, our mindset, our environment, and our everything, our whole experience. So meditation gives you a time of self-observation, really checking out that language and seeing if you can start to think of other ways of thinking, right? So some people think of meditation as clearing the mind, but really it's noticing the mind for me and noticing what we're saying and taking that time to quiet everything else to see what is that always keeps on rising to the top and what do we got to deal with, right? And then, of course, we are physical beings. So the second part of yoga, my yoga experience came quite honestly in my early 30s, not so early in my life. Meditation actually came into my life about 15 years old and really played a role, like huge, like, whoa, I get it now, in my early 20s, mid 20s, but more like early 20s. That's where I became sick, and I used meditation to physically heal myself, dysplasia of my cervix. I truly believe visualization and meditation was a key component. And then, of course, my food, and I changed that as well. And then later on, when my body started to feel stronger again, I started to get into the physical practice of yoga. That didn't come until my mid-30s, to be frank, where I came more regular with it. Like it was like, I'm interested, tell me all about it, that kind of thing. And the benefits that I found of the physical practice versus if I were to, versus meditation, the physical practice, we challenge our bodies. What do we tell ourselves then? When we're challenged on the mat through physical practice and exercise, however you want to see it. Let me take this so that that's not clanking. Let me take that off. Again, that language comes up. What do we tell ourselves when we feel defeated on the mat or whatever it is, defeated in a pose, like I can't do a forward bend and she can, and all these comparisons, all these things that we do to ourselves. And it really is a place to work on those things. And that way, when they come up, which they do in different ways in living, in life, we're able to digest it and move it through versus it making us ill, making us dis-ease, as you probably hear. Yeah, so that's how I came to it and the benefits that I found through it. There's really a lot of mindset. There's a lot of things that we need to cut out of our dialogue often. And then, of course, adding the layer of working the physical body, because we are having a physical experience. And you have beautiful testimony to coming into learning to take care of yourself. Even when we didn't learn that early on, like in my case, I didn't learn good nutrition and taking care of myself early on in my life. I learned that later in my life. And so and for me, yoga meditation has almost been a fast track to wellness versus going to the gym, or for some people, running every day is a meditation, right? So that's, again, that same yoga, that yoking together. So yeah, I can go on and on. I will stop there.
But you know what? Because I've been dealing with different types of physical pain. And
yes.
Let's take a moment to acknowledge the people that are here.
Hi, friends. Yes.
Both of our group of friends. I see Bobby. I
so
see
lovely.
I can't think of the.
I see Karen.
I see Karen. I'm sorry.
Karen said hello. Yeah, I know. I have to look too. Katrina and Aaron, thank you so much for being here, my friend. Love it. Yeah, so tell us.
In terms of like chronic pain I've dealt with, and I'm looking to figure out alternatives. So I started kind of paying attention to what you post, and it started to make me change my mindset and be more open to learn the meditation and yoga, because I feel like at this point I've lived with it so long that I need to have an alternative. Because I can endure a lot. I have a very high tolerance for pain, different levels of tolerance for my pain. Most of the time it's pretty high. But then there are times that I just can't. It's just like, oh, this suffering is bad. So I think with the meditation, I think meditation will also reduce stress level. And so I think I want to really focus on that self-improvement aspect of it, because I think if I could have a focus when that pain hits, breathing techniques, concentration, maybe, visualization, maybe that could help me take it to the next level. Because of the fact that sometimes we lean too much on medication and other things. I mean, you have supplements you can take, but I think I want to work on the physical and psychological, the mental and emotional state of trying to get through certain little bumps in the road.
Right, and tapping into your power that you have already within you. There's other services that can be at your disposal for sure, right? And they can be useful. And what comes to mind for me as you spoke there is this idea of visualization. And so if you're feeling pain, I visualize, and I would have probably asked, where am I feeling it, first of all? Really feel it, right? Know where you're feeling it. And then visualize, say, for example, I tend to visualize a knot, like a string that's been tied into a knot and really taut. And I visualize this knot, and that's my tension, wherever that is in my body. And then I start to visualize that knot untying, getting softer and softer and softer until finally it unties. And I visualize that whole aspect. There's other visualizations you can use. I mean, for the self-healing that I did, I visualized my cervix completely healed. I visualized every cell on there perfectly healed, right? So I've tapped into my anatomy books that I saw in the past and things like this to use that visualization. So if you can see the area perfectly healed, that's another way. This is what I believe. I try it, please, right? Because what do we have to lose tapping into that mind power, that visualization? It's can be done at any time. And basically any way that you choose. Is it with music? Does it bring you to that visual state? Is it time right before you go to sleep to take those 5 minutes of visualizing exactly what you want in your body and your thoughts or all that aspect? Does that make sense?
Yes, and I have one more thing before we go.
Of course.
You just said something that sparked a light bulb in my head. We
Good.
could do another segment
Anytime.
called Mind Power.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because I think
Yeah.
there's some people that are right here on live who's going to do the replay that are living with all kind of chronic pain, all kind of stress, and we need to find some techniques to kind of relieve this. And like you said, okay, the gym is great, but you need some things you can do right before you go to work, when you leave work, when you get in your car, some breathing techniques. So we might need
Exactly.
to do a couple segments just to kind of give some guidance here.
That'd be wonderful, of course, because there's some things might be perfect for the next person, one person, and another person find another tool much useful. So let's share everything that we can. Yes, absolutely. And I so appreciate you making the time for me today and bringing me on to your place.
Of
Thank
course,
you so
love
much.
bud.
I really appreciate it.
You'll see her again, Yoga Roga.
You got
And
it.
because she is just phenomenal and she's just a wealth of information, and we're going to utilize her knowledge and her expertise. So you're going to see her upcoming. So we'll try to talk behind the scenes and plan a couple more little lives together. So thank you for everyone that came live, and please make comments if you have questions. Yoga Roga will answer them. I will answer them. So thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great
Thank
one.
you. Thank you.
Thank
You too,
you.
sweet. See you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.